Seen this really being a concern about staffing for both agencies. So I'm actually going to take you all down to the back of the bus. We're going to see what we're doing today. Today you can catch us at the 2 News studios and drop off your items. These are non-perishable foods. Corey, we are just off Highway 412. This is an area where we are feeling that extreme wind. But look at that. I mean, look, it is more blue than green out there in Scissortail Park.
Way to describe it.
You don't come follow me on Instagram.
She's not the only one. Other creators are also pushing people to other platforms. By the way, go give me a follow on Facebook at Braden Bates KJRH. But she says it's also impacting local businesses who rely on the algorithm for marketing. He's trying to figure out his legs a little bit. We've noticed that all morning. He's been trying to figure out his legs, but absolute sweetheart.
So it was pretty chaotic. 4 different crime scenes, really stretched our officers thin.
Tulsa police saying 4 people were shot, suspecting multiple shooters after a large party on top of Crybaby Hill overnight. What police say happened and what's next in this investigation. We're going to take it over to Tulsa Public Schools, where their first bell starts at 7:30. Our 2 News anchor Naomi Kitt has been live at the bus barn this morning. A very scary situation for the Grace family when they were just driving down the road and this golf ball hit their car. You know, we first heard about this through a Facebook post, and it really brought up a lot of questions on who takes responsibility for the damage when it happens. So this week I spoke to several people and I teed up some answers. It is absolutely freezing out here. I can feel it in my teeth. I don't even like to drink water with ice in it. This is a fun story. A 66-foot tall dinosaur is coming to Route 66 in Tulsa. So there was a little confusion that the deadline was the deadline to get the ID. No, these IDs are going to be available for a while, and you can actually schedule an appointment at any of the DMVs. We were trying to figure out how much snow we actually have, and I would say it is about that 2 inches. It is a beautiful powdery snow.
I'm thinking, hoping and praying that something good comes out of this somewhere.
Chirping in stripped trees and vegetation growing where homes once stood. Drone footage we captured shows the emptiness and pockets of peace left by an EF4 tornado in Barnstall 1 year ago.
I couldn't even sit out here and have a cup of coffee because it was so sad. I'd just sit here and cry.
An emptiness still felt by some, the town losing 2 lives and dozens of homes. I can't tell you how many times I walked up and down this street a year ago listening to your stories. I spoke with families who had just lost everything.
That's how fast your life can change. In a matter of seconds, it's gone.
And now I'm listening to Leela.
And then when I seen all my neighbors without anything, I felt so guilty because I had a home and they didn't.
She is the only home that's left on this street after her neighbors aren't able to rebuild.
But it's terrible when you just look out and see all the destruction. I don't know if it'll ever be brought back.
And we took it in, sitting on her porch next to the beauty shop she ran for years that her husband built her.
He built that.
Today, she looks across the street at her neighbor's garden still blooming, with no friendly, familiar face to tend to it.
But I was just raised here. You know, it's home. It's just my home.
While she's not ready to leave, there's hope for her neighbor's return.
Stay in compliance, and it looks hopeful.
Right now, there are over a dozen homes not able to be rebuilt. Mayor Kelly says residents will hear an update in the city council meeting Tuesday.
We've been very unfortunate for circumstances. No one can control Mother Nature, but we've been very fortunate in the manner in which people have responded to us and tried to help us.
And while we looked at the devastation from her front porch, the pulse of a small town with a big heart beats strong.
It's a good feeling that people don't forget about you, you know, that you matter.
Broken Arrow and Jenks public school districts both approved boundary changes, moving some students from one school to another starting next year. Thanks for joining us tonight at 6. I'm Naomi Kitt. Karen is off. 2 News Oklahoma's Braden Bates is looking into redistricting and why some district leaders say their hands are tied.
We see everything growing, all these apartments. I wonder, where are they going to put all these people? What are they going to do with them? And you have to think about the children, because children come with the families.
I first met Marion Flanagan ahead of Broken Arrow's parent forum a few weeks ago. Since then, BA approved its redistricting plans, with Jinx announcing and approving theirs, leading me to dive deeper into redistricting.
So many factors outside of our control that we try really hard to be proactive.
When talking with families and district leaders, I heard a common thread.
I know this way there's a lot of congestion throughout that way with new developments.
Have a large development that is, 7 or 100 or 1,000 homes, then it could cause a shift where we have to make those adjustments.
Jinx and Broken Arrow are both booming communities, seeing a spike in families.
Good problem to have. You want to be a district that continues to grow.
Ashley Bowser is the assistant superintendent at BA. He says these families need schools to go to, shifting the demographics and unbalancing school sites. I wanted to see the developments for myself, so I got in the car and drove to Broken Arrow. That's where I found many areas that look just like this, neighborhoods soon to be filled with single-family homes.
This neighborhood here has 7 phases, 738 homes. It hasn't started yet, so we don't know exactly when it's going to happen, but this is just demonstrative of some of the challenges that we have.
He says it's these types of developments that are making it hard for the districts to predict changes.
This one is about to zero out. 220 planned, 201 completed, 19 still active, but a lot of these others are not even close to zeroing out, and so that's the challenge when we're trying to plan for the redistricting and how our schools accommodate kids.
Bowser says growth is great, but districts need to keep up. That's why he says redistricting is sometimes the only option.
We embrace growth. We want our school district to grow, but we want it to grow at a manageable pace.
In Broken Arrow, Braden Bates, 2 News, Oklahoma.
It's too bad it took a tragedy like this to bring us together as human beings and as people.
I'm 2 News Oklahoma's Braden Bates. Oklahoma native Ryan Blank is sharing his story after he says his family became victims to the California wildfires.
Oh my God.
Our entire block, 2 houses survived in what I'm told is about a 6-block area.
Blank saying a life spanning more than 2 decades in LA halted with flame. Saying his Oklahoma roots may be calling him home, even if it's temporary.
They just want to help. They're Okies. They'll give you the shirt off their back if they think it can help you. And they've all been trying to do so, and they've all been wonderful.
Blank reflected on the moments he knew his life was going to change.
We're running flat at 90 miles an hour, straight line winds, so fellow Okies will know what that means. Fellow tornado survivors will know what that means. And that's gone. It's all gone.
Saying a sensor time-stamped the hour his house caught fire.
At 4 a.m., my neighbor's tire pressure sensor went off in his truck. And given the information I have from my neighbor on the other side of me, we believe that is the time our houses were engulfed by he described as a fire hurricane.
And being from Oklahoma, you understand the impact wind has.
You and I spoke. I relate to you a story of my father and I witnessing a tornado when I was a young lad in his truck at a hardware store.
That's when he says 2 deadly elements became a catastrophic combination.
Big from Oklahoma. I'm well versed with strong winds. I've never seen strong winds coupled with fire. As the fire crept up the ridges, it was literally whirling vortexes of fire, probably 30, 40 feet high, just spinning fire tornadoes.
When I asked how Oklahomans can help, he says prayers and donations are what they need most.
Please keep us in your thoughts and prayers. Oklahoma is the buckle of the Bible Belt. We need all those prayers. Every last one of them. Don't stop.
In Tulsa, Braden Bates, 2 News, Oklahoma.